Today we are going to cover about IAM policy. Hey everyone, I am going to cover about IAM policies, how do you create a user, best practices, and how best to ensure that your users are properly created and they have what it takes for a proper user creation and management. So first thing first, log into AWS Management Console. You can also do it from the CLI, but today I'm going to cover it only through the Management Console. That's an easier thing. So as you can see, I am logged in through my root user. That's not a good practice. Avoid using to the root user unless absolutely essential, right? So even my best security status says that create an IAM user, so I'm going to do that right away. So hit on IAM. So firstly search for the IAM. You can search it from the services and then go to IAM users, create a new user. You can create single user or multiple user in one go. So let's check if I'm able to create multiple users. The first user will be Matt, another will be Rob, third could be just Vic, let's say. About the access, like what is going to be the access type, I am going to provision programmatic access and AWS Management Console. It's quite intuitive that the programmatic access stems to the API, CLI, SDK type of access, and Management Console is the UI, the one that I'm currently locked in. So I want to provision both type of access so that user can do their stuff without any problem. So now about the permissions. Permissions, you can give three types of permission. You can add them to an existing group. You can attach it to copy it from existing user. I don't have another user, so I won't be able to do that. Or attach it to the existing policies. So there are multiple policies, so you can create one of your own or use an Amazon created and maintained policy. So whenever you see this little orange box, that means it's Amazon created. So for today, I am going to provision just read-only access. Access. There's a little typo. Okay, so you'd wonder that there are literally 114 types of read-only access. So we want to provision read-only access to every single resource in Amazon. So you may have to scroll down a lot, and it's towards the bottom that I remember. Yeah, that guy. So hit this, and now we're going to progress to tags. I'd suggest this is the best practice. Always create as many tags as you like let's say team, I can say IT ops, and you can have more like tags. Let's say client could be Wiz, or any client that is like that is related to the users that you're creating, and created by. These could be any so whatever will make more sense for you guys. So created by, you can have your own username, that is the prod username. So I'm going to put my username, and next is review. This is the final status, that these users are automatically attached to IAM user change password. That means they will be able to reset their own, all these three users will be able to reset their own password, and they can read on to any resource within AWS. That also includes secret management or any kind of other tools that they may not be required to access. So be sure what you are provisioning. There could be a need that you want to deny a specific service so that they don't touch those, or they're not able to read those services. Next is create users, and it's doing the stuff. So it has already created, it has created few users. There are secret keys, password, and you can send the email directly from here. So this is a nice console. It just gives like a lot of information that how it was created and what it did. You can see that it attached to policies. It created the access key, login profile. So it did all the things that were required. Always download this, because this is the last thing that you're not going to see it more. You're not going to see it second time. So save this, and let me show you how this is going to look like. Obviously, I'm going to delete their access keys later on. Oh, so probably you may not be able to see. This is how it looks like. You should never ever show these keys to anybody. Why? Because this could be misused. So always ensure that you are sharing it only with the users and deleting it ASAP. So I'm going to delete these users, obviously, because I'm sharing it right now. So delete don't share it with anybody, and then you could literally close it. So now when you see that this is how it looks like, that my access key, everything is created today. These are like highly compliant. As a best practice, you should always ensure that your users do have some kind of MFA enabled. Ask them to provision it for themselves, that they could include a kind of a MFA for their login. How they can create, just ask the user that they'll be able to manage it with a virtual device, let's say this. And this could be done through maybe some kind of Google Authenticator or Amazon Authenticator, any compatible device. So ensure that they do have access to MFAs. This is quite intuitive. They'll have to enter 2 of the codes, consecutive codes, and then hit like assign MFAs. So this is like the best practice that you could probably do for that. For the user creation, there could be a need that they want to use this for any kind of SSH or GitHub, like they want to use it. So they could also create SSH public key as well. This was about user creation. Now, how do we delete these users? Simply, select individual users, or you can select them all and delete them as well. So that was about the quick session wherein I showed how do you create and delete a user in IAM using the console. That is it. And stay tuned for the next sessions. Talk to you soon.